Hey, Marcus, I'm sure you guys are just disappointed about with the Gordon Hayward news. What was your initial reaction, and how much of a challenge is this going to be for you guys as you kind of try to make up for his absence?
Definitely, for me personally, I was there for when he, did the number on his ankle a few years ago, and when I seen him went down and get up, and just the look on his face, the agony on his face, I was a little terrified. I thought it was the same ankle that he hurt. He said it wasn't, so in that aspect, that's a good sign. But at the same time, we lose one of our guys, and it's tough to see anybody go down with an injury, especially when you've been playing great basketball, you're starting to peak at the right time, and your team needs you. So it was definitely devastating for us, but we understand it's part of the game. It happens. Now it just means other guys have to step up and fill in what he brought to the table.
Question in person, Gary Washburn.
Mentality different? How does it differ between when you're starting and when you're coming off the bench?
It's the same. My role is differentiate, starting and coming off the bench, but the energy-wise, it's the same. I got to bring the same energy. Coming off the bench, starting, it doesn't require me to really, be more of an offensive threat. So I can spend most of my energy on the defensive end. Whereas coming off the bench, I have to be a little more assertive on the offensive end as well. So, but the energy-wise is the same.
Different than last night for them. Gordon's kind of played point forward last night, kind of led their comeback. I mean, how different are they without Simmons, and how different was the game against them from the regular season?
It's tremendously different without Simmons, and it has its pros and its cons. For them without him, it puts more extra shooting on the floor for him. We all know Simmons, he doesn't attempt those shots where you have Burt coming in, who if you don't, be ready, he can change the game for you. So you got Shea Middleton, Tobias Harris, those guys, Frank, shooting the ball. So without Simmons, but also without Simmons, they're not as big. In that standpoint where, you have Simmons switching on to guys and, really running the point as a true point guard. So we definitely saw different looks. We don't expect anything different from them, though, without Simmons, just like we did in game one. Game two, we expect them to come out just as hard as they did and to be even more of a play.
Abby Chin.
Marcus, your I don't want to say beef, relationship, interactions with Joel Embiid is well documented. I'm just curious how you view that matchup and how much fun this series is going to be for you.
Playing is fun, especially when you're playing against a team, that's going to come out and bring it every game. As far as me and Joel, we're two competitors going at it, and I don't expect anything less. He's a great player. And he's one of the greatest players in this league. And, we don't expect anything less from him. Things are going to get chippy as part of the game.
Jared Weiss.
Marcus, you and Gordon already have a lot of similarities in how you function on offense. So do you think with you having probably even more minutes now with him being out, will your role change at all, or do you think it'll just be more of the same?
I think it'll change a little bit more. Especially with that starting group, with a lot of more emphasis on Jason, Jalen, and Kemba. I'm going to be the odd man out where, I have to be able to ready to knock down shots right away when it's coming off the bench and kind of easing into the game. So in that aspect, it changes. But still, I still got to be that defensive pest that I am, be the best defensive player in the league that I am, and continue to do that for my team.
Tom Westerholt.
Marcus, obviously some of the young guys are going to have more of an opportunity now coming off the bench. How much confidence do you guys have in kind of their preparedness to kind of come in this moment?
Tremendous confidence. We're doing everything we can as the older guys, vet guys who's been here, to really get those guys ready and to look to what to look for and what to expect when they get in the game, and just be ready and not be caught off by surprise. The way that they've been handling it, the way that they've been preparing has been, very professional, and we applaud them for it. And, we know that they're not going to be perfect, just like we're not going to be perfect. But, as long as we're on the same page, we're playing hard, and we're communicating out there, we think we'll be all right.
Mark Narducci.
Marcus, you matched up a lot with Burks. Could you talk about that matchup? Because he had come in really hot, and it looked like you kind of settled him down a little bit. What about that matchup with him?
That's a great matchup. You know, you got a guy who's very talented with the ball and scoring in different aspects in the game, and you got a guy in me who's going to try his best to make sure that you don't do that. So, you know, that matchup is something that, you know, I look forward to. I look forward to guarding guards like that. And like you said, he's been playing some of the best basketball of his career coming into this. So we knew coming in that, you know, we couldn't just, you know, fall asleep on those other guys, especially Burks when Joel's in, and our emphasis on Joel. We just have to make sure that we keep those other guys at bay.